When you're a cleaner suggestions, you know the answer while everyone else is still asking questions. Three things you will never hear me talk about in a good way. Inner passion, whether the glass is half full or half empty. You know what they all have in common? They all translate into I thought about it and I did nothing. And what the hell? Inner drive is something more than thought without action. Internal wanderings that never hit the pavement to go anywhere, completely worthless and until those thoughts become external and convert to action. What good is the drive on the inside? Where are the results? People who preach inner drive are dreamers with a lot of ideas and a lot of talk and zero production. They tell you everything they're going to do and then they do nothing. That's inner drive. Let's move on. Passion, a strong feeling or emotion for something or someone. Very nice. Now, what? Are you just feeling it? Are you going to do something about it? I love hearing motivational speakers tell people to follow your passion. Follow it. How about work with it? Excel at it. Excel at it. Demand the best at it. Follow it. But my favorite, the timeless debate over whether some invisible glass in half full or half empty. This is a concept invented by someone suffering from the complete inability to make decisions. Half full or half empty. You have something in the glass or you don't. If you like what's there, add more. If you don't, pour it over. Otherwise, you're just starting at this non-existent glass thinking. Damn, there is no way to decide. To watch, there's a way to decide. You just don't want to commit to a decision. As soon as someone starts with the half full, half empty analysis, you know you're in for a long debate about nothing with someone who can't or won't make a choice. To me, it's the equivalent of a guy standing in the middle of a busy intersection crying. I don't know while everyone around him screams, "Get out of the street, trust yourself, decide." Every minute, every hour, every day that you sit around trying to figure out what to do, someone else is already doing it. While you're trying to choose whether to go left or right, this way or that way, someone else is already there. While you're paralyzed from overthinking and overanalyzing your next move, someone else went with this gut and beat you to it. Make a choice, or a choice will be made for you. Most people don't want to make decisions, they make suggestions and they wait to see what everyone else thinks so they can say, it's just a suggestion. They know the right answer but can't act because if something goes wrong, they'll have to take responsibility and then they can blame anyone else. Meanwhile, someone else is going to make a decision and then it works. He's getting all the credit, and maybe the choice he made isn't one that works for anyone but him. But since no one else took charge, too bad for everyone else. A cleaner makes decisions because there is no chance in the world is going uh, to let anyone else make a decision for him. He may ask your opinion and add it to everything else he knows, but he's not going to do what anyone else tells him. He's still going to follow his own instincts, and once he decides, it's set in stone, and he doesn't care what anyone else thinks of his choice, and he's going to live with the outcome. He decides and then he acts. You can waste a lifetime sitting around overthinking possible ways to look at something on one hand, but on the other hand, but then on this hand, stop it. You only have two hands, and that's already too many. The positive thinkers want you to only visualize your success. The negative thinkers want you to focus on everything that could go wrong. Well, visualizing anything doesn't make it a reality, and overthinking imaginary problems just generates fear and anxiety. I want you armed with reflexes and instincts. You will never hear me say we have problem. We might have a solution that needs to be addressed, or an issue we have to resolve, but never a problem. Why automatically cast something as a negative? Instincts don't recognize positive or negative. There is only a situation and your response and your response and an outcome. Thinking doesn't achieve outcomes, only action does. Prepare yourself with everything you will need to succeed, then act. You don't need 100 people to back you up and be your safety net. Your preparation and your instincts are your safety net. Stop thinking, are you listening to others or to your own instincts? Are you taking advice from people who know that what they're talking about? Are or those who only seek failure? As soon as you allow yourself to start or thinking your decisions, you start saying things like "I'll sleep on it," or "Let's push it on the back burner," or any one of that stupid cliches that mean I don't trust myself to make a decision. Back burner. The back burner is for calling things you've just called a hat idea, and then you'll forget about it altogether and quite never knowing how close you might have been to success. Good things come to those who wait. No good things come to those who work. I understand that the value of not rushing into things. You want to be quick, not careless, but you still have to work towards a result, not just sit back and wait for something to happen. You can't wait. The decision you don't make on Monday will still be waiting for you on Tuesday, and by then, two new decisions will have to be dealt with. And if you still don't make those decisions, you'll have three more on Wednesday. Pretty soon, you're so overwhelmed by everything you still haven't dealt with that you become completely paralyzed and can't do anything. Meanwhile, as you sit back doing nothing because you're afraid to make a mistake, someone else is out there making all kinds of mistakes, learning from them, and getting to where you want it to be, and probably laughing at your weakness. You can rely on others to jump up and make your dreams happen. They have their own dreams. They're not worrying about yours. People might be willing to help you if they can't, but ultimately it's on you. Get the best people around you, know your strengths and weaknesses, and trust others to do what they do best. But in the end, it's still your responsibility. Make a plan and execute it. Make a choice and stand by it. Most people can't do that. They're content to win it. Or see what happens. Come on, you already know what's going to happen if you go into it that way. Whatever you started is going to fall apart. But that's what most people do. They test the waters before jumping in. Why? Unless you suspect those waters are churning with crocodiles. What's the worst thing that can happen if you take the plunge? You get wet. Cleaner things, no problem. I'll swim. Most people just stand at the edge, shivering and looking for a towel. With some people, the only thing they're really good at is keeping busy. In order for you to reach your highest ability, this is going to be your number one focus. I want to make you excellent at this one thing. You can be average and above average at the other things, but when people talk about someone who can do this, you're going to be the first name on this list. Figure out what you want to do, then do it, and do it better than anyone else, and then let everything else you do build around that. Stay with what you know. What time are you hitting the gym tomorrow? Work out every morning while most every day. else is still sleeping, while everybody else is still sleeping. It's always interesting how the guy with the most talent and success spend more time working out than anyone else. It all comes back to this. No matter what you do in life, are you willing to make the decision to succeed? Are you going to stand by that decision? Or when it gets hard, well, you chose to keep working when everyone else tells you to quit. Pain comes in all sorts of disguises: physical, mental, emotional. Do you need to be pain free, or can you push past it and stand by your commitment and decision to go further? It's your choice. The outcome is on you.